Hello friends, welcome to the world of project management and for an overview session on project integration management process, that is manage project knowledge. Motto of this training is to share my experience in preparing for PMP certification and I have prepared few slides. Let's quickly move to our agenda for this session that we are going to discuss on what is manage project knowledge process and its ITTOs in more detail. That is inputs, tools and techniques and outputs. Let's start. It is the fourth process in the project integration management, and it is defined as the manage project knowledge is the process of using the existing knowledge and creating the new knowledge to achieve the project objectives and contribute to the organizational learnings. Okay, hope you understood its definition. The key benefit of this process is that the prior organizational knowledge is leveraged to produce or improve the project outcomes, and the knowledge created by the project is available to the organizational operations to support the future projects or phases. Okay, hope you understood about its definition and the key benefit. And before going to the ITTOs, let's discuss some key points on this process. That is, what does the project manager and also the organization do here? Let me explain what does the project manager and also the organization do here. Actually, they manage both the explicit and tactic knowledge so as to reuse the existing and creating the new knowledge through the knowledge sharing and the knowledge integration. And also for an organization, the most important part of the knowledge management is creating an atmosphere of trust so that the people are motivated to share their knowledge. By thus, it should be possible that the skills, experience, and expertise of the project team and the other stakeholders are used before, during, and after the project. Okay, hope you understood what does the project manager and the organization do here in this process. Okay, hope you understand the definition, the key benefit, and some key point of this process. Let's go with its ITTOs. In inputs, we have the project management plan, which contains all the components, and we have the project documents, which contains the lessons learned register, project team assignments, resource breakdown structure, source selection criteria, and the stakeholder register. And also we have the deliverables, EEFs and OPAs, that is the enterprise environmental factors and the organizational process assets. And coming to the tools and techniques, we have the expert judgment, knowledge management, information management, interpersonal and team skills, which consisting of the active listening, facilitation, leadership, networking, and political awareness. And coming to the outputs, we have the lessons learned registered, project management plan updates, which contains all the components, and we have the organizational process assets updates. Okay, this is just a brief about the ITTOs. Let's discuss its inputs first in more detail. In inputs, first we have the project management plan, which contains all the components. Let me explain here. All the components of the project management plan are the inputs to this process. Coming to the next input, we have the project documents, which includes the lessons learned registered, project team assignments, resource breakdown structure, and the source selection criteria, and the stakeholder registered. Let me explain one by one. First, with the lessons learned registered. In this, the lessons learned register provides the information on effective practices in the knowledge management. And coming to project team assignments. In this, the project team assignments provides the information on the type of competencies and experience available in the project and the knowledge that they may be missing. Coming to the resource breakdown structure. In this, the resource breakdown structure includes the information on the composition of the team, and that may help to understand what knowledge is available as a group and what knowledge is missing. Okay, hope you understood this. And we have the last stakeholder registered. In this, the stakeholder registered contains all the details about the identified stakeholders to help understand the knowledge that may have. Okay, hope you understood about this input of this process. Let's move to the next input. We have deliverables. A deliverable is an any unique and verifiable product, result, or capability to perform a service that is required to be produced to complete a process, phase, or project. Okay, hope you understood about what are deliverables here. Moving to the next input, we have enterprise environmental factors. In the EEFs, it may include the organizational, stakeholder, and customer culture. It may include geographical distribution of facilities and resources. It may include the organizational knowledge experts, and it may include the legal and regulatory requirements or constraints. Let me explain one by one about these EEFs. First is organizational, stakeholder, and customer culture. The existence of trusting working relationships and no blame culture is important in managing the knowledge. And the other factors include the value placed on learning and social behavioral norms. And coming to the geographic distribution of facilities and resources. In this, the location of team members helps to determine the methods for gaining and sharing the knowledge. Coming to organizational knowledge experts. In this, some organizations have a team or individual that specializes in knowledge management. And coming to the last, legal and regulatory requirements or constraints. In this, it includes the confidentiality of the project information. Okay. Hope you understood about this EEF input. Let's move to the next input. We have organizational process assets. In the OPS organizational process assets, it may include the organizational standard policies, processes, and procedures. It may include the personal administration. It may include the organizational communication requirements, and it may include the formal knowledge sharing and information sharing procedures. Let me explain these four organizational process assets first with organizational standard policies, processes, and procedures. In this, it may include the confidentiality and access to information, security and data protection, record retention policies, use of copyrighted information, destruction of classified information, format and maximum size of files, registry data and metadata, authorized technology and social media, etc. Okay, hope you understood about this first OPA. Moving to the next OPA, that is personal administration. In this, it includes the employee development and training records and competency frameworks that refers to the knowledge sharing behaviors. Okay. And coming to the organizational communication requirements. In this, it includes the formal and rigid communication requirements are a part of good for sharing the information. Okay. And coming to the formal knowledge sharing and information sharing procedures. This includes the learning reviews before or during or after the projects and project phases. For example, identifying, capturing, and sharing the lessons learned from the current project and the other projects. Okay. Hope you understood about these inputs of managed project knowledge. And here we have completed all the inputs of the managed project knowledge process. Okay, let's move to the tools and techniques. In the tools and techniques, first we have the expert judgment. As I said in my previous sessions also, expertise should be considered from individuals or groups with some specialized knowledge or training in few of the areas, such as the expertise should have knowledge on the knowledge management, information management, organizational learning, knowledge and information management tools, and relevant information from the other projects. Okay, hope you understood about this first technique, expert judgment. Let's move to the next technique. We have knowledge management. In this, the knowledge management tools and techniques connect the people so they can work together to create new knowledge. That is by sharing their tactic knowledge and integrate the knowledge of diverse team members. In this, we have different tools and techniques for this knowledge management. That is, we have the networking, which includes of informal social interaction and online social networking, uh, the online forums where the people can ask open questions, and we have meetings, which includes the virtual meetings where participants can interact using the communication technology, and we have work shadowing and reverse shadowing, and we have discussions forums such as focus groups, and we have the knowledge sharing events such as seminars and conferences, and we have the workshops including the problem solving sessions and learning reviews designed to identify the lessons learned, and we have the storytellings, and we have the creativity and ideas management techniques, and we have the knowledge fairs and caves, and we have the training that involves the interaction between the learners. So this all includes in the knowledge management. Okay. And also all of these tools and techniques which I have mentioned here in the knowledge management can be applied face to face or virtual or both. The face-to-face interaction is usually the most effective way to build the trusting relationships, mainly that are needed to manage the knowledge. And once the relationships are established, the virtual interaction can also be used to maintain that relationship. Okay. Hope you understood about this technique of knowledge management. Let's move to the next technique. We have information management. What is information management here? The information management tools and techniques are mainly used to create and connect people to the information. They are effective for sharing simple, unambiguous, codified, explicit knowledge. And this information management includes the methods for codifying explicit knowledge, lessons learned registered, library services, and information gathering. For example, the web searches and reading the published articles, and it can include the PMIS, that is Project Management Information System. Okay. Hope you understood this technique, information management technique, and keep a note as the knowledge and the information management tools and techniques should be connected to the project processes and process owners. Okay. Hope you understood about this technique, that is information management. Let's move to the next technique. We have interpersonal and team skills, which includes the active listening, facilitation, leadership, networking, and political awareness. Let me explain one by one. First, with active listening. This technique, active listening, helps to reduce the misunderstandings and improves the communication and knowledge sharing. Okay. Moving to facilitation. This technique facilitation helps effectively guide a group to a successful decision and a solution or a conclusion. Okay. Moving to leadership. This technique leadership is mainly used to communicate the vision and inspire the project team to focus on the appropriate knowledge and the knowledge activities. Okay. Moving to the networking. This technique networking allows the informal connections and relations among the project stakeholders to be established and creates the conditions to share the tactic and explicit knowledge. Okay. Hope you understood this. Moving to the political awareness. The political awareness technique helps a project manager to plan the communications based on the project environment as well as the organizational political environment. Okay. Hope you understood about this technique also. Here we have completed all the tools and techniques of this manage project knowledge process. Okay, let's move to the last outputs of this process. In outputs, first we have the lessons learned registered. In this, the output lessons learned registered can include the category and description of the situation, and also it can include the impact, recommendations, and proposed actions associated with that situation. And at last, these lessons learned can also record the challenges, problems, realize the risk and opportunities, and other content as appropriate. So all this information is stored in the lessons learned registered. Okay, hope you understood this output of manage project knowledge. Let's move to the next output. We have project management plan updates, which includes all the components of the project management plan. Okay, let me explain. Any change to this project management plan goes through a organizational change control process via change request, that is PICC process. And any component of that project management plan may be updated as the result of this process. Okay, hope you understood about this project management plan updates. Let's move to the next output. We have organizational process assets updates. In this, all the projects create the new knowledge, and some of this knowledge is codified, embedded in deliverables, or embedded in improvements to processes and procedures as a result of the managed project knowledge process. Okay, and also the existing knowledge can also be codified or embedded for the first time as a result of this process. That is, any organizational process asset can be updated as a result of this managed project knowledge process. Okay, hope you understood about this organizational process assets updates output. Here we have completed the outputs of this managed project knowledge process. Fine. Here we have completed all the ITTOs, that is the inputs, tools and techniques and outputs of this managed project knowledge process. This completes our fourth process session on the project integration management knowledge area, and hope this complete session is easy and understandable. Fine. Let's discuss more detail on the next process in the project integration management, that is monitor and control project work, in the next video. Kindly provide your feedback on the given email ID and subscribe my channel if you like this video and share with your friends. Bye for now. It's your Anil Kumar Dharam.